Today I read this essay called 16 Signs of Socially Intelligent Person. And for all of those who don't know, I am Siddharth, and currently I am reading the book called 101 Essays That Will Change the Way You Think. And this is the day 3 of the video challenge that I have took, in which I'll be documenting my journey reading this book. I'll be going essay by essay and telling my learning and my opinions about each of them. Also, it's been a couple of days that I haven't posted any video. Actually, my health was a bit under the weather, and yeah, so I thought let's take a break and first recover a bit, and then I'll record the video. So, also, please don't mind if I just look down, because as I've told many times, like I usually write down stuff like this so that I just don't go here and there while making the video. Yeah. So the article starts with social intelligence and tells that social intelligence is a very vital trait in this fast moving world. Like, we tend to focus more upon emotional intelligence, and rather we just look at emotional intelligence as a separate entity. But what this article tells, and what I also personally believe, is that both emotional intelligence and social intelligence go side by side and parallel to each other, and when they are in an equilibrium, that's the sweet spot that we should target. Because a human who is capable enough to go out and explore things and put his ideas in front of people, he must be emotionally and socially intelligent at the same time. Both of these things should go hand in hand and should be in equilibrium. That's the sweet spot that we should target. And also, uh, in the fast paced moving, this whole world is just going fast, really fast, and the speed is like doubled or tripled after COVID, and the traditional politeness is just fading away, and it's losing its appeal. But what I think is that being open and approachable is a really important human trait that one should have. Because people who are like socially intelligent think and behave in a way that spans beyond what actually like culturally is acceptable at a given point of time. Like, what I want to say here is that a person who is socially intelligent would be open, would be approachable, and like there's a new term in the market, in the social media, that nonchalant. Yeah, so a socially intelligent person should not be nonchalant, and they should be open enough so that people can come and approach them. And even socially intelligent person should go to people and approach them too. Because what I personally believe, and what I have tried and tested in my real life in university too, is that when you talk to a person you don't know, like you'll just bump into them through some common area, like maybe you were standing in the audition for a college society or something, but you need to be like courageous enough that you will go and initiate the conversation. If you initiate a conversation with them for, let's say, 5 times, you meet them at different point of time in college, and you just initiate the conversation 5 times with them, there are a lot of possibilities that the next time, that the sixth time, they will initiate a conversation with you. Because you have broken the ice enough and made them comfortable enough that now they can also share what they think and what they believe. Because and I would say I've seen this more in the kids, like who come from outside Delhi. I'm in Delhi University. Yeah, so the kids from outside Delhi tend to be more reserved and just try to be with themselves only. And I just try to like go ahead and I would say nudge into them. Maybe sometimes it gets a little bit irritating to them initially, but in my personal opinion and personal experience, I've seen them opening up enough, and they like, that's the initial hesitation just goes away if they see that, yeah, this person is goofy enough. Yeah, at the current stage of time, you should not be nonchalant, you should be goofy, because it is really important. Also, the essay, like further down the line, points down some uh, really important traits that there should be in a human. And like first it starts with that, whenever I say they, I refer to socially intelligent person. So the point states that they don't try to elicit a strong response from anyone they are holding a conversation with. They don't go on what the point wants to say is that they don't go on bragging about their achievements just to get a response of awe from the listener or the group of people they are talking to, or just go on and tell about their misery and how from how bad hardships they have been through just to get sympathy and all. uh, Socially intelligent person tries to be in the middle. If you have just seen the sine wave of the sine function sine theta, so similarly to that, they don't try to be at the extremes, they try to be at the mean position as much as possible. And all these conversations of achievement and like hardships just come naturally, I would say. You don't need to enforce them upon someone and just go and brag about it. If a conversation requires you to speak about it, then you should go ahead and speak. But you're no, the main target should not be just to go and speak about your hardships or your achievements. Also, the second point says that they do not go and just speak in definitives about people, politics, or ideas. The fastest way to sound unintelligent is to say, this idea is wrong. And I strongly believe that this is true because I used to be a person who used to speak in definitives. And when I speak definitive, it means that like the person just goes on and gives a judgment that this is wrong, this should be like this. It is not acceptable, it is not good for a social intelligent person to speak like that. Instead, socially intelligent person would say like, I don't personally understand this idea, or like my belief system don't like aligns with this, but I understand what you try to say, and like yeah, I'll also think about this. Like they'll try to validate the other person's point of view too, and just don't go on and go full on like a judge. Yeah. So speaking in definitives just like the blinds the idea of like multitudes of perspectives, because when you just say no, this is wrong, then the other person might feel a disconnection from the conversation, because conversation is a two-way thing. It's not a one-way thing where you just go on and try to give a speech kind of a stuff. It is not like that. Also, uh, the next point that the essay mentions is that they do not confuse their opinion of someone for being a fact about them. Yeah. So this is a really important thing, because generally what I have personally seen in my college is that people try to generalize stuff, generalize things with and associate them with people. For example, if someone's like behaving maybe what should I say, not in a good manner, then they just generalize whole population of that area which that person is coming from, XYZ area that they can come from. Like this generalization stuff, we should just try to avoid this as much as possible, because like like as the earlier point mentioned, that like it just kills the idea of multitude of perspectives. And we should just approach and see every other person differently than the previous one. And but this is also true that human tendency and the overall evolution of the human race is like that. We try to generalize things because we want to make things less like we want to things more predictable to us. But in today's era, we should just try to basically uh, look at the human side too. Also, the next point the essay mentions is that the socially intelligent person will always speak with precision. They speak calmly, simply, concisely, and mindfully. Yeah, so they know that the world does not revolve around them, and it is a nice thing that any person who is socially intelligent basically means you know how to conduct yourself in a public gathering public surrounding where there are two or more people around you, so they just don't go and speak anything. Like, you must have seen many people on news channels to just bragging and bragging anything, even without any context or meaning. So whenever you speak, you should be speaking it with like utmost clarity and utmost kindness and calmness in your tone, because sometimes, and most of the times, the tone like defines your intentions too. And like I mentioned earlier, like the socially intelligent person will always try to listen to people too. Like, they don't give speeches. Instead, they speak and listen at the same time. So they try to understand other person's perspective without assuming it has everything to do with their own. Like, sometimes what we do is that we just, like, the earlier point also mentioned, that we just go on and like deny anyone's opinion, and when we accuse someone of being wrong, like, we just close them off and like to consider another perspective. Like, sometimes what happens is that we want, like, let's keep aside the term want. We know that, let's say that X person's opinion is wrong, but what we'll do generally is that we'll just go on and say, hey, person X, your this opinion is wrong and it should be this. And it will just heighten up their instincts of defense, and they'll never understand what your point is. Like, you'll give some points for justification and they'll never understand it, and just go on full defensive mode, and will try their level best to just deny your arguments and try to reinforce theirs. But if you just first validate their stance and then present your opinion, you open them up to engaging in a meaningful conversation. And it might be possible that they get influenced by your opinions, or you get influenced by their opinion. There is a multitude of perspectives again into picture. So it is really important not to nudge anyone away, not to like just push people away. You should be approachable enough, you should be calm enough, and like, there's a very famous quote from Bruce Lee, I remember, be water, my friend. So you should be like water. You should like just adapt according to the social surrounding, the social circle, and basically be like others when you're trying to, like, I usually follow this is not written in the essay, I'm telling it from my personal opinions. I usually follow this, that, and I have seen people doing this, that if they are standing with a group of people who are trying to goof around, have some chill time, what they'll do is that they'll just go on and try to do serious conversations, and it is a really bad thing, and it just turns off people. And instead, yeah, you should just look at your surrounding. If there's a person who's also trying to hold a meaningful and deep conversation, then you should engage in a deep conversation. If they are trying to goof around with them. So you should be adaptable. Just don't like form a aura of yourself. Like, I'll always be that over over intelligent, over smart, that serious kind of a person who just talks meaningful thing, and is always talking about stuff that matters. Because at the end of the day, nothing matters if you look at the macro perspective. And yeah, so just try to be like the company you have at the point of time, because it is really important not to like just stand out of the crowd. Sometimes it is important to stand out too, but most of the times when you are in a social surrounding with your friends, you should try to like engage with them, not to become the odd one out and try to be more intelligent. Also, like, yeah, just that's all I would like to say. And there were more points according to the essay. Let me just open up the notebook. Yeah, yeah, this is really important point that the essay mentions. And in the era of internet and social media, it is important. Like, the socially intelligent person will never post anything online they would be embarrassed to show to a parent, explain it to a child, or show it to an employer. This is really important. So please, people, keep it in mind. Don't post anything online. Okay, try to like minimize your posting capabilities and be mindful of what you are posting, what you are commenting, what you are liking, because everything is a data point, and each and every activity you perform online is being recorded, is being captured, and is being traded, because we all know that data is the new gold. Like the earlier it was the black gold, the oil, the gulf oil, which was of real importance, and today it is data. So try to like minimize all those stuff. I don't need to like over explain this. I know you all understood what I'm trying to say. Just follow it. And yeah, the 15th point is also really nice, that the socially intelligent person would not go on and like attack the character of a person, so just to shift the whole attention from the point they are trying to make. And this is called the ad hominem fallacy. To disapprove someone's point is that and it is like followed religiously on the news debates. Like if, let's say, I give a really nice opinion or a nice argument for a particular thing, and the other person does not have any like counter argument, then what they'll try to do is like they'll assassinate my character, and will talk about my past, what I have done, and would just shift the whole perspective, whole focus from the argument that I was trying to make. So never do that. And this is a really important thing. And the last point that the essay mentions is that socially intelligent person have a relationship with the society, with the surrounding, but most importantly, they have a relationship with themselves, and it comes at the topmost priority for them, and they work to improve that relationship with themselves tirelessly and want to improve a day by day. And all these things like I had read and had motivated me to come up and speak in these videos, just so that I could also improve my communication skills, improve my thought process, my writing skills. And yeah, so if you are socially intelligent or want to be socially intelligent, first of all work upon yourself and try to keep all these points in mind, and don't be nonchalant. This should be today's mantra. Don't be nonchalant. Okay, so I hope you found some insight, helpful insight from this video. And if you didn't, then sorry for wasting your time. Okay, so that's all for today, and I'll try to post the next video as soon as possible. But I don't promise anything, but I'll post it as soon as possible. Okay. Bye to my future self. Bye bye.